So I guess the idea of like using modules based on constraints is very interesting. It comes in a lot of other areas as well. So if you think about Bayesian network, so a Bayesian network is the representation of a joint probability distribution in terms of constraints that basically limit the set of relationship between random variables that are admissible. And people have used Bayesian networks as models for how people, cognitive models of how people represent probability distributions, causal relationship, and so forth. And obviously the idea of these models and actually of algorithms that do learn causal network or Bayesian network from data is basically to try to create as much constraint as possible on the representation. So I think this idea of like creating more constraining representation has been around obviously and successfully applied in the past. So now the question I have, the main question I have, and the uncertainty I have is it a tool for us analysts to think about organizations? Is it a tool for managers who are going to create representations that are going to communicate to other members of the organizations and try to frame the perception of their organizations or other organizations? Or is it a cognitive model of how people think about organizations and the constraints between units or architectural features of the organization? And that I don't get clarity about this from the talk or the paper. So that would be nice if you could address that. Tell us what you think about this. And just so if this is, let's maybe first adopt the perspective that this is a tool for us. Okay, so now we basically. The claim, I guess one of the main claims that, okay, let's forget these Cartesian models with like orthogonal dimensions, and let's look at representation where like the dimensions have themselves constraints embedded into how we think about these dimensions. Okay, so then I'm wondering, do we lose metric properties? Can we, it seems that we do lose metric properties, but can we still define distances between units that are represented in this new representation or not? And actually I'm part of an effort with Mike Hannan, Balázs Kovács and a few others to provide some conceptual grounding to the category literature, not the category theory, but the category literature in sociology. And we've been working on similar ideas, and we thought that in our effort to provide structure to think about categories, audience heterogeneity, and so forth, we decided to stay with the Cartesian representation so as to keep distances that have metric properties. And one of the reasons for this is that when we have metric properties, we have like triangular inequalities, and we can easily think about the dynamic of the system. So one question that I have is that can you use that type of representation to think about system dynamics and how they evolve over time? But then what do you do with respect to the distance? Okay, what kind of distance measure can you introduce to characterize the speed of evolution of the system? So to me, it's very unclear at this stage. So it seems that there is a trade-off between possibly much simpler models that basically have this like richer dimension, so this richer mathematical basis essentially, and the possibility to capture system dynamics, at least in my mind. Yes, then one more point. I currently don't see any new predictions from these models, so as far as I see it, it's currently a tool to make sense of organizational discourse or representing organizations, but can it be used for the basis, as a basis for new theoretical predictions? I didn't see them. Maybe they are, but they escaped from me. Okay, now let's switch perspective, and if we think of this model as a cognitive representation, And if we suppose, and if we assume that people have these like bases that are like richer and that they represent an apple with like these kind of correlated dimensions and so forth. And if we assume now that managers, organizational members represent the organizations along these dimensions, okay, so what kind of predictions can we make? Can we make predictions that changing the dimensions will be tougher than changing the perceptions of the values and these dimensions? So it seems that, for example, in the causal learning literature, there are ideas that when people have a causal structure to represent a situation, it will be much harder to have them change their causal structure, which is a qualitative that basically embeds relationship between variables, than parameters of that causal model. So if you think about this as a model of how people think about their organizations and communicate about those, can we make predictions about the difficulty of altering these representations and social influence in this context? What else? Yes, one last point. Are the fibers psychological, or if they are not psychological, how do we choose them? Okay. So I guess to me, the crucial problem that most of us elude in our models is how to go from the world to these dimensions of representations. In my parallel effort with Mike Hannan and colleagues, we completely elude that problem. And I initially hoped that your approach would provide an answer to that problem, but I'm not sure it's there yet.